YouTube, this is the thesptuning channel, and I'm here with another video. And for today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to change a CV axle boot, the front driver's side. It's just the outer boot, so it won't be too difficult. Real quick, I showed you guys that I was going to get my new rims mounted on yesterday, and here they are. I know I got pretty high-profile tires, but I got a really good hookup on it at AK Tires here in Palm Coast, so I don't really care about it. Here's the basic kit that I got. It's quick boot. Basically what you do, you take off the boot that's already on your CV axle, and if it hasn't been damaged on the inside too much, you go ahead and install this. It's cut on both sides, so I'll show you guys how to arm it first, outside of the car, so I can show you with more space. And basically you just put a little glue right here, and it dissolves and bonds together both sides of the plastic. So it's kind of like a melting compound that it bonds it permanently together, which is pretty good. And basically what you're going to need for the first few steps is your car jack, a piece of cardboard that I have, so if any grease falls on the floor I won't have to clean it up, just a little blade so you can cut off the old boot, and brake cleaner so you can clean off the old CV axle, the internals. So I'm just going to go ahead and jack up the car and show you guys what to do next. So I've got the car here jacked up, and I just want to show you guys before I start taking off the boot where the cut is. See right where all that grease buildup is, right in there? That's exactly where the cut is. It doesn't specifically happen from driving bad or anything, just from general wear and tear. These things usually go bad, and a lot of people, what they do is just replace the whole CV axle, but in my case I want to show you guys how to do it by just replacing the boot. So basically what you're going to want to do, take off this clamp right there and this clamp right there, and cut this whole boot, because we're going to be replacing it with this brand new one. And let me show you guys real quick how to assemble this once it's on there. A lot of kits, they usually require you to take off the whole rotor and everything just to get access to the CV joint. That's what I really like about this one. It comes in two separate pieces, so you don't have to do that. And with the quick sealing bond, it only takes about an hour to go back to like full sealing this once you put it together. And this kit brings a lot of stuff. It has the solvent weld, which is the glue that you'll be putting into, there you go. Solvent weld, which will be the glue you'll be putting into these little cracks right here, so it can bond with the other side. You have another one of those right there. These are little adapters, since a lot of CV joints, the pieces are small, that you have to put them right here. I'll show you how to put that. And what's really good about this, it comes with the OM specification CV axle joint grease. So this is really good. If not, you would have to buy this separate, which sometimes can cost you an extra few bucks. But here's the clamps for it. Looks kind of like the original ones that I show you guys on the rotor. So when you get this, you want to make sure you're going to put this on once it's right, like on the car. So basically, you see that there's a groove right there, and there's an opening right there. You're just going to want to piece it together. I can't right now because I have one hand holding the camera and one hand holding the boot. But this is just going to go right into that hole, perfectly align it, and it'll fall in place. It's a little tight in there, so the seal can be nice and tight. And you're going to, before you put that, you're going to put a little bit of glue. Don't worry if you go extra glue, because that'll just make an extra bond, but make sure you have enough for each side. Generally you'll use one per side, and then you can save a little bit for this part, which you will put excuse me, this little piece right here will go just like that. Once this is on, you just press it in, put it like that. Now I'm telling you guys this as if you could imagine that this piece was already on and already sealed. You just press it in like that, and then you get this piece and you put it in this way. You see, this is two separate pieces it came, but I put them together already. They just fall into place like that. And you're going to want to put a little bit of glue around this as well, just around the part that meets the other, to make a good seal. You're just going to stick that in like that, and you'll have a nice tight seal. On this side, it's going to go over the old part where the boot is, and I'll show you guys that right now once I start taking off the old one. So that's basically what you get in the kit, and that's how you assemble it once it's on there. So let me cut off the old one, and I'm going to be using just a straight razor that I have in my shop. my garage, I mean. And then to clean off the old area where the CV joint is, you're going to be using brake cleaner. You can use other stuff, but I prefer to use brake cleaner. That's just my preference. So let me show you guys how to take it off now. Alright, to remove this boot, it's fairly easy. You're just going to pry up this metal piece right here, and as you can tell, like, this comes off very easily. It's cracking, it's old, it's chipping, and you're just going to use your knife and cut along here. And once you get that one off, you're going to remove the metal clamp right there, and this whole thing should just pop off and you'll see the internals of it. So I'm going to set my phone down and do that, and then I'll show you how to clean it up. Alright, so I've got the boot off, and just to show you guys, that long cut is where I cut it myself to take it off. And you can see all the grease right there from the inside. And just about right there, that weird cut is where it broke. So that's where I was losing grease all throughout there. I started using this knife to cut, but it was pretty old in an awkward position since I didn't take out the rotor. I just wanted to do it as it was. So I switched over from that to needle nose to take off the clamps, and then from needle nose I went to this cutting pliers. And after I got the clamps off, it was still kind of tough, so I just went ahead and grabbed and since it was really tough, I just went ahead and grabbed the straight razor, that right there, a brand new one, so I could just cut it straight off. And this is what the internals look like. Let me show you. That whole joint right there, that's where all the grease is. That's what we have to protect. That's what the boot is for. And you can see that it has a lot of old grease. Not much dirt got into it, since as soon as I saw that it was broken, I stopped driving it and I put it parked. So I'm just going to use some brake cleaner and just spray it down and wipe it off with a few shop rags. Try to get it as clean as possible before I install the other one, so it can have a complete seal and no old grease on there. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Alright, I got it pretty good cleaned up back here compared to how it was before you saw it. So I'm just going to go and spray it down a little more.